Good morning. What I told our players yesterday was everyone loves to talk about March and write about March and think about March. The people that have the best time are the people that play in March, and you want to play. And we have 1 week of the regular season, Big 12 tournament, and then whatever happens after that. But it is fun. It's an exciting time of year. But it's hard to believe that we're in the last week of the regular season, and like everyone else, we'll see how it goes and get ready to head to Kansas City.
What did Inez give you on Saturday?
I tell you, Inez gave us what we had to have. She's been struggling a little bit. We've been pushing her really hard. I think she knew without Kristen, we were in a desperate situation. So, that's what we all as coaches hope seniors do, and I told her that those are the kind of moments that, could change seasons, could change a lot of things, but she played hard. She was efficient. I think the one thing about Inez is she really cares a lot and wants to do well, and her teammates are excited for her, but it's a great moment for her as she winds down her career. I think that game will be one that she's going to remember for a long time.
You mentioned playing in March. How clarifying can that be for somebody who can see the finish line?
Oh,
to
absolutely.
have an opportunity like she had Saturday.
No, absolutely. I mean, she knows she's going to play. She knew she was going to start, obviously, on Saturday and play considerable and important minutes. And I think, we all, whatever it is in our life that are going to come to an end, I think you think hard about it if you care. If you just can't wait for spring break, it doesn't matter. But if you really care, and Inez cares, you want to, as coaches, you wish they thought that way when they were the first play of their freshman year. It doesn't really work that way. But for someone like Inez, it's who I think appreciates the opportunity to even come to Iowa State as a student. I think she appreciates and is really looking forward to every moment that happens is, senior day and last Big 12 tournament and whatever. So at some point it's going to end for her, and hopefully it ends in a way that she feels very good about.
Inez, this time last year, she wasn't sure if she'd be back this year. Does that make her appreciate it even more, this opportunity?
Oh, yeah. I think I've said this a lot. We have a lot of kids that appreciate the opportunity to come to Iowa State and go to school and get an education. And I don't know that I've ever had one who appreciates it more than her. Where she came from, what everyone had to go through to get her here, she does not take that lightly. She's mature. She understands. And I think that's part of the thing with her. She wants to do well because she knows how hard people work to get her here, not just initially, but to get her another year. And she's earned that opportunity, but it's been fun to see. And sometimes that's the way life goes. And the basketball gods reward people sometimes, and I think she's being rewarded in a way that she's getting her chance as she finishes her career at Iowa State, and it couldn't happen to a better kid.
How much of a growth has she made on offense? Because she's even turned into kind of a little shooter.
And as sometimes I joke with her, I think she watches too many NBA games and does some things that are probably not what we would teach. But some of it's instinctive. I think that it gets our team excited. I think the fans love watching. Our fans love watching our team play. There's certain people, though, that I think they get a little more excited about, and I think Inez is one of them. And I've told people, when Inez gets the ball, something's going to happen. They don't know what. It's going to be a shot. It's going to be a turnover. It's going to be a flip over her head. It's going to be – but that's who she is, and we've just tried to put her in better spots. And I think the biggest thing is just put her in spots where the game is a little easier, a little slower, but hopefully that what she did on Saturday, she's got a few more of those left in her.
How's Kristen?
She's okay. She shot around yesterday. She jogged a little. We're going to run her out there again today and see. She hasn't practiced yet, so she'll make the trip, and we'll make a decision on what she does tomorrow. But she's feeling better every day. It's just, when can we get her to the point where she feels comfortable? The medical staff feels good about where we're headed, but that's one of those things when it's happened to you a couple times, you got to feel like you want to be out there. So hopefully it'll be sooner than later.
I know you're really one to not look ahead at all, but after that 1-3 start, did you see yourself sitting where you guys are today, and what's it like to see that growth?
Well, I was hoping I'd be sitting here because I'd still have a job, but no, I think it's amazing. I mean, we're 1-3, and and you're down 14 points. You're down double digits 3 times in that game, and you end up winning. And this team has done it in a completely different fashion. And we all as coaches, you always want to talk about, your Elite 8 teams and your Big 12 championship teams, whatever. Sometimes teams that don't have that kind of record are still the same, and this is one of those teams. I mean, when you look at what this team has been through from start to finish, and to still be, hanging around with a chance to do some things, it's fun and it's great to see. And it's sometimes life, when it's hard, you appreciate it a little bit more. And yeah, the record isn't what last year's team was or a bunch of other teams, but it doesn't make this team any less accomplished, in my opinion. Obviously, that's not for me to say or me to evaluate, but what I've seen them do every single day. Today will be the 125th time we've practiced. So to see them do what they've done up to this point is a credit to them. And my assistants have done an amazing job on a daily basis, just grinding this thing to March.
With the tournament coming up, how do you make sure your team's focused, coming up against still a big game against Kansas this week?
Our team is they're pretty good at compartmentalizing things, and I always bore you guys to death with the whole next 40 minutes thing, but they're pretty good about it. And I think for our team this week, especially after what they went through last week, the way the Tech game ended, Kristen getting hurt early in the K-State game, then you got to find a way to beat West Virginia. I think that week is a microcosm of our season. The emotion of up and down, and you can't lose the next one because you lost the last one. We're not going to win Tuesday because we won the last one. And our team has handled that really well. I mean, for a team that lacks certain components, they've really managed to do that in a way that I didn't know we could do or not. So I don't know what will happen tomorrow. Kansas is playing really well. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. They changed their lineup. They beat Texas. They beat one at Oklahoma. They just beat Oklahoma State. So they're qualified for the postseason. I think 9 of the 10 teams in our league are going to be in the postseason. So that's the league we're in, and got 2 more to go.